Welcome back, Wolfpack. Vrolos here, and we have some Scrappy Skirmish battling with Joey Jojo. That's actually pretty catchy and comical. I love that name. And now we're going to see what Sableye does with the Starmie. This is also apparently a thing, but I'm thinking we don't really need to try to figure out what this is up to. Sableye's going to go for setup. Starmie. Alright, Starmie might be offense, like that Ice Beam would just obliterate a Noivern, or it could go for minimize, you know? What if you're in the Scrappy Skirmish? If something actually hits you, it might not be able to deal with a minimize too well. So that's Mega Sableye. Mega Sableye already on the field. Starmie getting a cosmic power down already. Outspeeding. That's how Starmie works, and I love it. So yeah, like you can run like speed hit point Starmie, just outspeed and get a cosmic power before they apply damage, and then you tank like a beast. Look at that. Ooh, the Moonblast from the Florges. That's going to threaten the Sableye, though. And Sableye does survive. Sableye's going to Snarl, lower special attack. That is absolutely filthy right there. So now, no damage being done to Starmie whatsoever. Sableye might want to switch out. You can troop it. I don't know. Ooh, White Herb. So White Herb means that Noivern is probably going for Draco Meteor. That's going to upset the balance just a little right there. Now, the Glasgow is going to come in. And Sableye, there's the switch out for Sableye. Alright, keeping him safe. But we already have it to where no damage is going to be coming from that. And we have the Glasgow Mirror. Into a Confuse Ray. Yes! Oh my god, oh man. Okay, I'm super excited right now. Confuse Ray hacks with the Cosmic Power outspeed. The Lumberry, though, going to disrupt that. I don't even care, man. So the Moonblast on the Glasgow into the Glasgow Mirror. Going to be decent damage, but that's the poison. And we're going to see the other Glasgow. Oh, no poison. Alright. So Confuse Ray on that Glasgow. No damage gain across. Starmie has the Recover, so does it get stored power? I know I've reviewed it, and it probably does, but hard to think on my feet in this situation until I see it. Glasgow, though. Swords Dance. Oh my goodness, so much setup on this side of the field. So, free stuff because of the Confuse Ray. Wish going to heal up non-existent damage, and Glasgow's Poison Heal going to be pretty nice. So yeah, you just don't attack the Florges, set up, you do whatever you want. Confuse Ray, going to reset that onto the Florges as well. And remember, no damage threat onto the Starmie. So that could be a thing indeed. Glasgow keeps hitting himself in confusion. That's going to be how this works. Oh! Counter Glasgow Ice Fang. Swords Dance 4 times super effective damage. So yeah. Okay, so if you think about the Scrappy Skirmish, yeah, Glasgow was super popular, one of the most used Pokemon in the Scrappy Skirmish, so you just bring an Ice Fang Glasgow, and you counter out all the other Glasgows, and that will be a thing. So Florges back up to full, doesn't really matter. Glasgow Poison Heal going to heal it up for quite a bit as well, already rocking on those stat boosts, and Noivern's on the field. Well, we know that Noivern is going to just go for the Ice, like get Ice Fanged and die, so that's that. Yeah. And I don't think there's really much else to this battle, but oh man, the confusion support is so real though. Like no damage can get through. Ice Fang, that's going to finish off the Noivern just like that. We know it had a White Herb, but not anymore. And Florges is being absolutely useless because it can't do anything. It's just getting confused, and Wish with Moonblast isn't threatening the field right now. Starmie's not taking damage while providing support. Like, who knew tank support outspeed Starmie would work like this? But hey, I'm loving it. And that's going to be Arcanine coming in. So now we get to see what Glasgow is holding on to. Arcanine with that extreme speed. Going to try to pinch some damage in the Starmie. About 30 of it. Going to outspeed, but there's the Confuse Ray anyway. So now Arcanine is confused, and we're going to see what Glasgow's response is. Another Swords Dance. Hey, gotta gain those stats. Gotta take out that Florges at some point. And then we just wait for that conversion. So Florges confused. Going to hit itself in confusion. No Wish this turn. So that might actually play out pretty well. Poison Heal. And Glasgow topped off on hit points. Starmie could just recover whenever, if it ever feels threatened. Arcanine's confused, hits itself in confusion, and the opponent is absolutely out of options. So just Scald. Going to do still a decent amount of damage, super effective hit. And you can also get burned, so burn status with that confusion could stall out the game pretty well. Moonblast coming out of the Florges, hits the Glasgow. That'll happen. Also, Ice Fang, how did that miss? That has like such a low chance of missing. Poison Heal, Glasgow gaining health, and now we just watch the damage. So Confuse Ray, hey, stop, yeah, stop not being confused there, Florges. You're being annoying now. So Confused, Glasgow has insane stats. Scald finishes off Arcanine at any given point. Arcanine, oh, never mind, Morning Sun. All right, that's a trade right there. But Florges, very, very at risk of just getting obliterated. Doesn't really have too much hardcore defense, so that's going to be the last swords dance for the glass score. And battle's dragging out a little longer than I'd like to see, but, you know, it's just going to happen. So making sure we just go for those 2 shots. And that's kind of going to be how the game plays. So, yeah, we're going to see a Scald onto Arcanine. We're going to see an Ice Fang onto the Florges. Florges is going to get knocked out. Arcanine might survive and then get knocked out in the next turn. Maybe gets knocked out this turn. Who knows? So, Starmie, there's the Scald. There's the Arcanine damage. Not going to be enough. Gliscor's... Oh, Gliscor's Earthquake. There we go. I was wondering, like, would Gliscor attack the Starmie like that? But Starmie doesn't care. Goes down for the cause. Finishes off both opponents, and that's going to be the GG right there. Awesome. All right. So, fortunately, we have another Scrappy Skirmish battle with this. Show us what you got once again, Joey Jojo. I like the way that went. And we also have a Malamar kicking in the background. That can do some cool things, but overall, this team's concept, it works out pretty well. That Scrappy Skirmish, not gonna have overwhelming power or overwhelming shutdown for the most part. Sableye, it's not going to be immediately threatened by super effective hits with this one. Gets a taunt. Hey, Crobat, you don't get to do whatever you were doing. You were going to taunt? Nah, you don't taunt this. You don't tailwind this. You do nothing, Crobat. And Starmie outspeeds for Cosmic Power. That's just how these things happen. Also, I like the tech. Holding on to the Sableye's Mega, just because. So, yeah, Sableye takes the damage, but you can Mega into Will-O-Wisp, or you could not Mega at all. And, you know, you're pretty safe doing that. So Will-O-Wisp, going to make it less damage happens. Super Fang, going to hit the Starmie. So yeah, we're getting good amounts of damage across, but going to still get that Cosmic Power. So getting outsped by the support-ish Crobat, but that means with the burn, with that, Earthquake's going to do like no damage. So I can like Mega Evolve into a Recover on the Sableye. Yeah, everyone's pretty safe right now. So we get to see how this ends up playing out. Starmie, super tanky right now. Sableye, he's not Mega. What? Oh man. See, I don't play it that close to risk. I like to hide immediately. But Super Fang not going to be enough to like take out the Starmie and then the Recover. So Starmie's just like trollolol. Yeah, that Super Fang's not softening me up for an Earthquake. Not going to affect the Crobat. Sableye going to take decent damage, but not like lethal damage. Might actually be able to Mega into the Will-O-Wisp on the Crobat. That might have been the game plan. And oh, also you got the taunt. So keeping the taunt up. You know, keeping that shutdown on the Crobat. Also, I think, yeah, Crobat's throwing out the damage. Starmie avoids the attack. Gets the Confuse Ray. Confuse Ray. Oh, this Mamoswine shutdown. I love the shutdown on this team. Love it. Starmie gets too tanky to knock out. Confuse Ray hits everything. You recover. And the other Pokemon wreaks havoc as well. That's just how this happens. So, there's Burn. There's Confusion. Mamoswine already below half. And not one attack has come out from the side. So, Sableye throws out the Recover. Going to heal up. Starmie. Around half. Still fine, though. Super Fang going to hit onto the Starmie. Drop it down a little. Starmie goes for the Confuse Ray. Alright, yeah. You were being annoying. So, Crobat, yeah, now you're confused as well. Sorry, I don't write the rules. That's just how this game works. So, Confusion actually gets the Earthquake. 1 out of 2. And Starmie, will it survive? Will it tank? Of course it tanks. Nice. So, Burn, +2 on the Cosmic Power. No damage whatsoever. Sableye now Will-O-Wisping. Oh, the Will-O-Miss is going to be a thing. Crobat's confused, hits itself in Confusion, doesn't get to do anything else, and Starmie with that Recover. So, Starmie getting to tank it up, play it safe, and this is what I mean. Like, Starmie pretty much soloing the Mamoswine off of just Confusion and just the Burn. So, it doesn't need to have damage. And I guess Scald works. You can't burn Fire-type Pokemon. Scald's going to hit most of them super effective. So, yeah, Starmie is really, really good right now. You're just going to make it to where you deal more damage. And Sableye's recovering. So Sableye's stalling out as long as he can. Crobat, he's in his own confused little world. Boom, going to hit himself in Confusion once again. Starmie's trying to keep afloat, and there's the Scald. Finally. Yeah, Mamoswine's threatening some damage. There's the Scald. Mamoswine's going to go down. Now you don't have to worry about that as much. Crobat being pretty ineffective at this moment. And Porygon 2. Okay, Porygon 2 could go for the Toxic. That could hurt the stall pretty bad, but then you just, like, out-damage it. You try to do more things to it. Taunt. Taunting Crobat. I was about to say, I could have taunted the Porygon 2 just in case, but that is going to be Tailwind getting stopped from the Crobat, so no more outspeeds. Starmie gets a free recovery, almost to full, and there's the Toxic on the Porygon 2. So that's going to slow down Starmie, but even then, you get Confusions, you get Status, you start throwing out the damage till you go down. You're already +2 on that Cosmic Power and taking nothing. So Will-O-Wisp, alright, Porygon 2, starting to take damage over time. Things are going to get pretty bad for you right here. And Crobat hits himself in confusion once again. So yeah, if Porygon 2 just doesn't attack again, that could be pretty nice. And it could hit itself in confusion on a recover turn, and then maybe faint. Possibilities, not really endless, but are pretty much what we're looking at. So Toxic actually going to land onto Sableye this time. I don't get it. No Mega Sableye in this? I would have Mega it ages ago. But you're keeping that taunt down from the Crobat by not Mega, so that works out pretty well. I guess Starmie could go without getting taunted. Still has the Scald damage, so yeah. And Sableye with the Willows. Also, it's been proven right here, you don't need to Mega it. There's not enough damage threat. So I just like being safe behind my little bubble, but that doesn't matter. So Super Fang not affecting Sableye. Sableye not switching at all. Scald. He's going to start chipping away at that Porygon. It's confused. Will it hit itself in confusion? Does the burn keep adding up? Yes and yes. Now Crobat's time to... Well, actually, burning Crobat doesn't really accomplish much. Now the Toxic is ticking down. That's going to be the biggest problem for this battle right here, is the Toxic on these two Pokemon. And burn. Yes, the burn. I mean, this is just complete status warfare shutdown. It's amazing. So, taunting Crobat. Crobat doesn't get to taunt, doesn't get to Tailwind, doesn't get to do anything. Super Fang, very ineffective. Like, decent damage right there, but Starmie gets to do whatever. Confused by the Crobat, then you just recover next turn. Get some Scald damage down before you die. This is unkillable. Like, unless they open Fairy, and even then, like, you still just tank so hard. Ooh. Porygon 2 gets its recover off, and Starmie is going to take the poison damage. Not enough to knock it out just yet, but now we're getting on that cusp, you know? Once it recovers, if it takes any Super Fang, it's probably going to get knocked out anyways, so you're better off going for that last hurrah of damage. And, ooh, Citrus Berry. So Crobat, trying to be tanky, trying to Citrus Berry, keeps itself in confusion, Burn's starting to add up. Long game right now, long game. Sableye's got recover. It was Toxic a little later, so it doesn't have to worry as much. Super Fang doesn't threaten it, and we get to see what happens. So Crobat gets the Super Fang off, doesn't affect Sableye. Is he like expecting a switch? Is he raging right now? I don't know. But Starmie still goes for the recover anyways. So yeah, the Super Fang, I guess applies at this point where it doesn't matter too much. Sableye going to take damage, Starmie going to survive. So actually, yeah, keeping on pace with the Toxic just barely at this point. Sableye's starting to take some damage, but you just kind of wait them out at this point. You're just, you know, if a confusion wears off, you reset that before you go down. Maybe Porygon 2 won't have anything happening. That's going to be the finally switching out of the Starmie into Malamar. Oh, Malamar's got like superpowers, so that's like going to be Porygon 2 getting obliterated. And there's the Mega Play for the Sableye. So now we get to see where this play ends up going. Little drag out on this battle, but yeah. Confusion, Super Fang actually going to land onto the Malamar. I don't think Malamar cares though. He's not going to take 72 damage from a Porygon. And Sableye takes some damage, uses that Snarl, going to lower that special attack. He's like, alright, bye guys, but before I go, a little bit of damage. Going to lower that special attack of the Porygon just so I can. And we're going to see if that superpower really makes it count. Porygon 2, absurdly tanky. Loves running bulk physical to handle like Kangaskhan and stuff. But how will this go? How will this go? Burn, and then Malamar's damage will be real. I'm waiting. I want to see that Malamar. Oh, Starmie comes back in. Starmie comes back in. It can recover. Oh, that's right. It has like the healer ability. So is it healer? It's not healer, but it's one of the things. Natural cure. Natural cure gets rid of the poison when it switches out. It got taunted though. Superpower finally lands. Porygon 2. Not taking enough to get knocked out. Critical hit. But Malamar is getting those stat gains in its favor right now. Defense raise. And the attack. The Toxic. Toxic was more important than recovery, apparently. And then that means Starmie can outspeed with a Scald. Burn damage on the Porygon is going to be enough. And Malamar can do stuff. So Citrus Berry going to heal Malamar above half. This is just a long battle. I'm running out of things to commentate. My voice hurts now. But it's still pretty good. Like, just the effect, just the way his shutdown's going, just happening. So Confusion going to hit itself. Starmie going to Scald. Oh, that's Scald going to knock out the Crobat. Interesting choice. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch that happen. And then Malamar's superpower. The gains Going to get those gains onto the Porygon 2, and the opponent's out of options right now. It's looking really good because, I mean, we still have that set up on the Glasgow. Malamar's looking huge right now. Starmie just obliterates everything, apparently. Just absolute wall. So even if all the other Pokemon go down, Starmie would maybe do something in that, but the Intimidate just going to give power. If Gyarados Megas, it can't do anything. It's just going to use superpower and die because Malamar has a lot of defense right now. So there's not much that you can do except for forfeit or just get lost, lose. Starmie with the Scald, going to hit damage, maybe get a burn. You know, might as well try to reduce the power when you can. Not very effective. Malamar uses superpower, and that's gotta be game. Malamar +3, super effective, superpower, and nothing can happen. So if you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the battles, Joey Jojo, nice. I like it for the Scrappy Skirmish, nice.